Hi everyone, it's me again, VA Jessie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So to those who are new here, my name is VA Jessie and I provide work from home tips, sales and phone skills improvement, and anything related to virtual assistants. So today we are going to discuss about the expired listing script. So this is a third installment of the ISA coaching series that I'm doing. So I have shared with you a couple of videos in the past regarding the real estate investor techniques or the scripts for that. And I also shared recently the scripts or tutorials about how to become a real estate ISA, or this is someone who's assisting a realtor or a real estate broker. Okay, so I have been doing that for a long time now. I think I have been doing that for almost 7 years, and before that I have been a sales team leader in a call center here in the Philippines, and that is why I would like to share what I know about becoming a real estate appointment setter or a real estate ISA. So this video is actually created. I apologize if I was not able to create a video continuously. All right, but I'm just being so busy with the agency. I own a virtual staffing company called Telecrew Outsourcing. So I help out clients look for the right candidate, and I also help out virtual assistants find the right clients or find jobs or projects. All right. So if you're interested, please do go to our website at telecrewoutsourcing.com, and we also have a continuous hiring in there, so you can just go there and click join our team and click find out more. You just have to fill out a form and submit your application. Now, if you are a client looking for virtual assistants based in the Philippines, and you're looking for a good hire and you're looking for someone who could really help you with your business, feel free to send me an email. My email address is info@telecrewoutsourcing.com. I'll have all the information in the description also. All right. Now, again, if you have not watched my 2 other videos regarding how to become a real estate ISA for realtors, please do watch those videos first, so at least you wouldn't be confused about the flow of this script. All right. Now let's begin. So today we are going to we are going to discuss the script for when you are calling an expired list. All right. So first of all, of course, you would have to have an opening. All right. So just to let you know, this script is a combination of different scripts that I have used. It has been inspired. I have been inspired by Jackie Kravitz. I also very love the script from Kevin Ward. I started with Mike Very's script also, and Derek Lipsky is one of the realtors that I have been watching on YouTube when I was starting. So this is kind of a combination of all of these mentors that I have watched along the years. And there are a lot of different scripts out there if you are going to Google it. Realtors, it's very important for you to have a script when calling for a real estate agent, right? I know that if you have been working in a call center, you'd feel that you would have more you would sound a lot more natural, or a lot more like you'd become more confident if you are doing or if you are free flowing, right? This is totally different. Okay, you have to learn how to follow a script and not sound as if you are reading a script. It's a bit tricky, but that's the only way for you to succeed in this line of business or in this niche. Because if you talk more, right, you would end up ruining the appointment instead of creating one. All right. So, of course, you have to have an opening. So, your opening could be, hi, of course, hi, I'm looking for blank, right? So, you could start with that. I would usually just assume, because most likely you would be using a dialer. And on that dialer, you would see the name of the owner most of the time. So, sometimes when a guy answers the phone, I'll just assume that's that's the person. Like, hi, John. I'll assume that is the person who picked up the phone, and just go from there. But you could also do this. Hi, I'm looking for blank, which is the first name of the owner, right? And then you would say, hi, say John. This is Jessie, and I'm working with a local real estate agent in the area. And I noticed that your home came off the market yesterday. Is that right? The other scripts that I got before didn't have this. Okay. Even if you look around now, it does not have like, is that right? After asking if the house is already off the market. Why? It's because why am I using is that right after the sentence? It's because it really helped me as a caller or as an appointment setter to kind of gauge, because I want to gauge what their reaction is, or if they are going to be responsive to me. Like, you can definitely get it from their tone of voice. Are they mad? Are they not happy that I called? Are they in a bad mood? So that I would know what would my next plan of attack is, right? So I would ask, I'm working with a local real estate agent, and that's also something you should never represent yourself as a realtor or as a real estate agent. Okay, you should never say that. So I'm working with a local real estate agent in the area, and I noticed that your home came off the market yesterday. Is that right? And then you pause for a little bit, okay, and then wait for a response. They would either tell you yes or no, okay, or many other responses. All right. Now, also, one of the reasons why I would ask this question before moving on to the next question is because I wanted to know what really happened, because sometimes it would appear that the listing had already expired, but it didn't. Okay, so they can just tell me right off the bat. I wouldn't say a lot of things. I wouldn't ask a lot of questions, because I was already able to address that in the beginning. All right, so hi, John. This is Jessie. I'm working with a local real estate agent in the area, and I was wondering, and I noticed that your home came off the market yesterday. Is that right? And then pause and say, for example, John said yes, that the home really did come off the market. Then I would say, I'm just wondering, when are you planning to interview agents again for the job of actually getting it sold? Right? I would put the emphasis on the actually, because it didn't sell the last time. Okay, so I would want to emphasize that word. So I'm wondering, when are you planning to interview agents again for the job of actually getting your home sold? Right? So that's the next thing that I'm going to ask them. So there are many different responses after this question. Okay, they could say, no, I'm no longer selling. No, I'm not interested. I'm not interviewing agents anymore because I'm not going to sell. Or they could tell you after a year, after a month, whatever. There are thousands of different responses for this question. Okay, but you have to learn how to redirect. Okay, redirect the question, or answer it in a way that you wouldn't be too rattled whatever they tell you. All right. So say, for example, John said, no, I'm not interviewing agents anymore. I'm no longer interested. Okay, not a problem. Again, another tip is for you to have transitional phrases. It would definitely help you if you know how to like react or build a rapport a little bit, but not too much, because the script would require you to ask some questions, and it's going to be a bit irritating if you would just ask it as if you are doing a survey. So you should learn how to transition. Okay, I'm just wondering, when are you planning to interview agents again for the job of actually getting your home sold? No, I'm not interested in selling anymore. Okay, not a problem. So then you would go to knowing to the part when you would be able to ask what their motivation is. All right, that's your next step. Now whatever they would be saying or whatever they would be telling you after asking them, when are you planning to interview agents again for the job of actually getting your home sold, whatever they tell you, acknowledge that. Okay, and then ask this question, just out of curiosity: if you had sold your home, where were you planning to go next? Okay, it's not like disregarding their answer. It's just more on when a listing expires, when these people tried to sell their houses and it didn't sell, they felt that they shouldn't be selling anymore, right? So they're at the point that they want to take a break, but they really still want to sell, right? They are just in denial. Okay, so you would acknowledge their answer, but then you would still ask for the motivation. You cannot just say goodbye and just give up. Okay, so just out of curiosity, if you had your home sold, where were you planning to go next? All right, now after that question, they could tell you, I'm going to, like, this place, or maybe I'm going to Los Angeles. I'm not living here, this was just a rental property, or that's not important because I'm not selling anymore, whatever. Okay, but if ever they tell you, remember, if ever they respond to this question, if they tell you where they were planning to go next, then 80% of the time, 90% of the time, you would have a chance to set that appointment. Okay, because they talk to you. If they're not interested, they wouldn't answer this question. So if someone gives you an answer to this question, that's already your hint that you could set an appointment for this lead because he or she answered this question. So say, for example, John said, I'm going to Los Angeles. Then again, what are you going to do? You are going to acknowledge his answer before you move on to the next question. Now, there is another question after this, which relates to time frame. But before I move on to the next question or the next part of the script, I always want to dwell more into the motivation part of it. I want to dig deeper and know more about what their plan is, because motivation is going to be the foundation of your appointment. All right, the foundation of how solid your appointment is going to be. Okay, how desperate are they, or how much do they want or do they need to sell the house? Okay, because if they have a really good motivation, or if they have a really strong motivation, then your realtor would have a higher probability of signing that up, okay, or of getting that lead. All right, and you would have a higher probability of convincing them to meet with your agent, because then you would have a rebuttal for them based on their motivation. Okay, so if, for example, John tells me, where are you planning to go next? And he tells me, I'm planning to go to Los Angeles, California. What will I say? Of course, again, I would acknowledge that. That's great. That's exciting. And then I'm going to dig deeper. I'm going to ask him, what's taking you there? All right. I know it's going to, like, for newbies, I know you might feel that this is a bit intrusive or a bit unnecessary, but this is okay. All right. It's okay to be curious. All right. You just have to make sure that you're asking it in a way that you don't sound like, you have to sound confident, right, when you ask this question. So that's great. What's taking you there? So basically, with this question, you're actually trying to find out, why would they have to go to Los Angeles? I mean, they want to go to Los Angeles. What's out there? Do they have their family there? Do they have, like, a girlfriend? Does he have a girlfriend is chasing in there? Want to propose to? different reasons, but you have to know why he wants to go there. So John, that's great. What's taking you to Los Angeles, or what's taking you there? Then he would either answer you or he won't. Okay, but regardless, it's worth a try. If he answers this question, you have a higher probability of setting an appointment for your client, and your client meeting this late. So that's great. What's taking you there? So maybe he'd say, I'm relocating because my family is over there. My mom is there, my dad is there, and my wife likes the area. Okay, so you could already stop here. All right, or you could ask these other dig questions to dig deeper. Okay, these two questions, these questions here, you don't really have to ask all of it, but depending on the situation, these are just the questions that I asked to leads, if in case I'm not like satisfied with their answer with my first question about motivation. So there are certain times that when I ask, where were you planning to go next, that they would already like give it in one blow. Like, I'm moving to California because of my family is there. Very talkative leads. But there are leads that would only give you free information. And that's when I would, drop these questions just for me to get the real motivation. All right. I want to dig deeper. I want to know why. All right. So what's taking you there? My family is there, and I want to be closer to my parents, and my wife likes the area. And then I could either move on because I already know why he's moving to Los Angeles, but you could either ask, okay, that's exciting, that's very nice. I myself would love to be closer to my family, and I know how things are if you're too far away from them. And can I ask you, what will that do for you, or why is that important for you? So you would kind of like get more information about what's going to happen if they make the move. What's the difference, right? Then he's going to tell you, yeah, I'm moving because when I'm closer to my parents, they could take care of my kids when I'm out, and I wouldn't have to hire a nanny or something, and I feel more secured if they are with their grandparents, and my parents are actually getting older. I want to be there to take care of them, right? Now you tell me if a person with that kind of motivation wouldn't want to sell the house, right? So now you know that John definitely needs to sell his home sooner or later. It's just right now he's just tired because the listing expired and he doesn't want to deal with it at all for now. But now you know that the motivation is strong, right? Now then you will ask the question about the time frame. So you will ask him, and how soon did you want to get there? Okay, how soon did they want to sell the house, but it didn't happen? Okay, so you'd want to ask this question to know how fast they want to sell the house and how desperate they are. It goes hand in hand with the motivation. So say, for example, John would say, I was planning to be there, in springtime. It's already summer, right? So then you know for a fact that John wanted to be closer to his family, go to Los Angeles, planned to be there 3 months ago, but it didn't happen, right? So how would you react to this if ever he tells you, I was planning to be there springtime, right? You could tell him, yeah, oh, okay, got it, I understand, I'm sorry that you couldn't make the move because your house didn't sell. Transition, remember, and then you go with your next question is to find out what was missing, right? So then you go with, yeah, okay, I understand, I'm sorry that you couldn't make the move because you couldn't sell, because the house didn't sell. But you know what, John? I'm actually confused. Really, because it sounds like yeah, you have a great home. What do you think stopped it, or what do you think stopped your home from selling before? Right? So I have an emphasis to stopped, okay, because I wanted to know more about what happened, what hindered the sale of the house. Was it the agent? Was it the marketing of the agent? Was it because the price was too high? You have to ask this question for you to know what was missing. If you know what was missing, then you can use that as a rebuttal and tell him that your realtor is not like that, all right, and your realtor can do this and that. So it helps you understand what was missing or what could have been done better. All right. So John, I'm confused really because it sounds like you have a great home. Again, flatter them that they have a great home. What do you think stopped your home from selling before? So John could say, it was because of the agent. He wasn't really marketing it very well. Boom. Right? So that's your go signal. You are talking to John already for what, a few minutes, and he's been on the phone already for that long. That means he really wants to sell the house and he likes talking to you, because if he's not interested, he would have hung up the phone, right? Now, I would also ask sometimes another question that I ask to know what was missing is, did you get any offers when it was listed? Right? Because if it was listed for 6 months and no offers, definitely it was the agent's fault. And just out of curiosity, how did you feel about the job that the agent did? Okay, so this question is also to gauge what they think about how the listing was handled. All right, it's kind of reminding them. It would also kind of remind them about the experience, about how bad it was handled, because sometimes the thing with expired listings, they are tired of selling again because they feel it's because of the house. They feel it's because of the buyer. They feel that it's a sign from God that they're not supposed to sell anymore. But no. All right? Sometimes it's because of bad marketing. Okay? Because especially now in this market, if a house does not sell, it's just, I don't know. Because it's really a hot market right now. Okay? And another question that I could ask would be, so what do you think was missing that kept it from actually selling? So this is almost similar to the main question. All right. Again, these three bullet points are not questions that you have to ask them, unlike the motivation. So these are just questions that you could use alternatively. All right, given like a different situation or a different scenario. I'm just giving you some alternative questions that you could ask depending on what you feel would be a good fit for you. All right. So let's see. You have to know what was missing. What was missing? Now, if in case they don't want to tell you what was missing because there would be some leads that wouldn't be, you know, happy, bad mouthing other people, that's okay. Do not force them. Okay? Do not force them. That's all right. No problem. Okay? So in this case, for example, John said, it's because of the agent. He's not really marketing it. Did you get any offers when it was listed? No, I didn't get any offer. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear about that, John. Again, transition. Don't forget about that. After that, you would ask the commitment question. All right? You would ask, since he's been on the phone for a while and you have been talking, you can ask him, now, it sounds like you do still want to sell your property, right? Right? So you have to ask that, that's my favorite, right? If you're a salesperson, that is a word that you would use a hundred times every day. At this point, most of the time, the lead would say yes, because he or she wouldn't stay on the phone for a while with you if they're not interested. Okay, so it sounds like you do still want to sell your property, right? Next is, you would ask the closing question. If John says yes, all right, perfect. But John, if you could get it sold for top dollar in the next 30 days and get you to Los Angeles, it's blank because you're going to put in, that's what you are going to use the motivation for, right? For your closing. Okay? So John, if you can get it sold for top dollar in the next 30 days and get to Los Angeles to be closer to your family, that is something you would still be excited about. Yes? That's a very powerful question. Remind them that you would get it sold for top dollar, you would get it sold fast in 30 days, and you would help them get to where they want to be at, who would say no to that, right? So this commitment question, if you ask it word per word, you would definitely get a good lead out of it. Okay? And this question, when I ask this question, I usually get a yes after. So I would then ask this question. And if our team could help you make it happen, that would be okay with you, right? Of course, that would be okay with the person. It's not crazy, it's not retarded. That would just say no, right? And lastly, you would ask them set the appointment. All right? Your question would be, so when would be the best time for my agent to come over and take a look at your home and tell you more about how we can make it happen? Are you free tomorrow? Morning or afternoon is better for you. So here, you are not supposed to ask them what time they're available, right? You have to be assumptive and knowing when they will be available. Okay, so are you free tomorrow morning or afternoon is better for you? Now, they would either say morning or afternoon or tomorrow is not good. Then you ask a different day. Okay, so if tomorrow is not good, how about Thursday or Friday? What is better, Thursday or Friday? Right? Make them choose. All right. Now, if they answer this question, afternoon is better. Perfect. Afternoon around 2 or 3. And then set up the appointment. Get their information, confirm the address, and then confirm their name, email address, and alternative number if they have any. If you have a mobile, that's good. Then your agent can send a text message to the person. Yeah, email address is important. Also, a phone number is important for you to confirm if it's a mobile number or not. Otherwise, ask for a mobile number so the agent can also use that to text your lead. Okay, so that's it for now, guys. I don't want to bombard you with a lot of information, but that's what I'm using when I am calling expired listings. I hope that I was able to help you guys out and that you learned something today. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And then if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you would always be updated whenever I release a new video. Again, thank you so much for your time and have a great day. Bye!